As a Jewish man, here's my problem with the whole Jews run the world thing. I went down the rabbit hole. I went down the whole thing. Like, I'd say I'm fairly educated on this topic. And I want to explain what my thoughts on this are. Now, we don't have enough time to go into the whole, like, BlackRock, who owns this, who owns that. Yeah, you know, I agree with you on that. Like, yeah, many Jewish people happen to be in positions of power, and how do they get there? I'm not going to get into that whole entire situation now. That's for another time. My rant is mainly going to be about two things, right? What exactly should be done because of this, and the second one being what exactly, like, what effect does this have negatively towards my people and things like that. The first one about what exactly should be done. Yeah, like people always say Jews run the world. Okay, like now what? Like what exactly is going on? And surprisingly, Tristan Tate of all people actually brought a really good point. He pretty much said, if you're not a billionaire, if you're not extremely successful, if you're not rich, if you're not like set, don't even begin starting to complain about Jewish this, Jewish that. Oh, they run the world. They own everything. The game is rigged. Instead, you should be focusing your time on figuring out the game, making yourself actually like a high value man and becoming successful. And then you can start worrying about that Jew stuff. But until then, going on threads and saying Jews this, Jews that, oh, congratulations, you're awake and you're open. But guess what? Like, you're still like in your mom's basement and like not successful. Like, focus on getting your money up. And then start going down that whole thing. Because what ends up happening is majority of people go down the whole rabbit hole. And instead of actually like trying to figure out the game of how like the world works, they usually just like they just end up becoming Jew haters, and that's sort of how it ends. But anyways, the main problem with saying Jews run the world is who exactly gets affected by those words. Like who gets the most hate from those things? Obviously Jewish people, but specifically those that are more religious. Those that maybe look more like me. Those specifically a part of the Hasidic community with the long curls. Because sadly, when people hear Jews, that's usually sort of what they're thinking. And when I went down these threads and these forums, I see many caricatures of like, you know, obviously like anti-Jewish stereotypes, and it will show like a religious guy holding a bag of coins and like having the curls and big nose and like, you know, the usual propaganda, that type of stuff. But here's the thing. These Jews in power, like all that stuff, none of them are religious, bro. None of these guys are religious. Like, they're barely even Jewish. But a lot of them haven't even been like religiously considered Jewish. Like, their mom is Jewish for, if you want to go down the whole Rothschilds thing, I mean, they're not even Jewish anymore. Like, religiously, it's not even considered Jewish. But none of these people are religious. They're just like a bunch of like fat, old, bald guys. And they may have like big noses, but other than that, like, they're not actually like religious or Jew, like you know, they might still be considered Jewish if their mom's Jewish, but they don't actually follow any of the traditions. So my problem with when people say Jews run the world is the people that get affected by it is the random Hasidic Jew that lives in like a shut-off community that's shut off from society. He's never even been on the internet. Yet this guy is like the person that's thought of when they say Jews run the world, and that's the guy that's getting hate crimes. And listen, Jews are already like the most hate crimed whatever. I'm not trying to do that as like a guilt tactic. I'm saying how it is. We're the most hate crimed religion. And in that religion, in Judaism, Hasidic Jews are the most hate crimed of that. These Hasidic Jewish guys are getting hate crimes because Jews run the world, but the Jews run the world aren't even, like, that's my problem with specifically saying that. Like, oh, it's not good when you say Jews, but they're Jewish people. Well, guess what? The people that get affected are people like me and extremely Hasidic Jews. We're the ones that get affected. And we're literally just chilling. I'm not running the world. I'm not in those positions of power. It's like random, like, Barry Weinstein or whatever the hell, who's freaking, he's not even religious, and like he's probably not even religiously considered Jewish, but because he might distantly Jewish, therefore the Jews run the world, and therefore my people, religious people, get like highly affected. Very long rant. The point is, like, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know what the point of this is. Now, if your question is what exactly should be done about this,
Like, I don't freaking know. Like, do you actually have a valid answer on what should be done? Because usually the answer goes back to the final solution, which guess what? They tried getting rid of all the Jews. It didn't work, and now they're more powerful. So you guys, like, not you guys, but whoever is going around, spreading these messages, whatever, could you actually have like a valid answer on what to do? Because when I've went down these threads of Jews run this, no one's actually gave me like something that we should do because of this. They're usually just whining.